Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the fourth problem from the latest Codeforces round 710, problem named Epic Transformation. I have been doing this problem the correct way in the problem in the contest itself, but I just got some mixed up in some part, that's why I'm not able to solve it. But yeah, still it is not too difficult problem. So the problem statement states that you are given an array and then you can choose any two indexes, but the number at those indexes should be different. That's a simple problem. You can choose any two indexes such that the number at those indexes should be different. And then what you can do here is you can delete out both of these elements from that array. So as you can see in this, I can choose out these numbers, so I can delete out from the array. So the array can become 1 1 4 4. Then I can again choose out 1 and 4 because they're different. You just have to choose out two different indexes such that both the numbers on those indexes should be different. And you just have to delete them out from the array, and you have to keep on doing that operation such that in the end there is like what is the minimum number of numbers, or in the end after doing that operation what is the minimum size of the array that you can get. That's a problem. Now you might be thinking that first the constraints are too large, you cannot do this in O of n square obviously, but the simple thing which come to my mind in the start here is because every 1 and every 6 or every 4 in this problem are same, so why not bundle them up, which means that I just have to check that. So what I actually thought in the problem statement is, like, let's assume that ones are 3 as you can see in this, fours are 2, like there are 2 4s and there is 1 6. These are the frequency and this is actually the number. Now what you can do here is I just have to care about the numbers. I don't care about this number, like what is actually the number. I just care about that what is the frequency. Why? Because see, I just have to choose pairs from these numbers only such that what is the minimum I can get. Okay, so let's assume that I choose out this 3 and 2. Like if I choose out both 3 and 2, which means that obviously 3 and 2 are different elements, which means that there is one element who has a frequency of 3, there is one element who has a frequency of 4. If I choose out both of these elements, and what I can do, I just take them as a pair. Like I can take, because there are 3 numbers of one type and there is 2 numbers of one type, I can take them as a pair because they're different. It doesn't matter what index they are, I just have to choose out 2 elements which are different. So I can choose out both of these elements and 2 elements from this, so one element of this type is left and one element of this type is left. So then I can choose both of these elements, and then answer is like there is no element left, so answer is 0. But so as you can see, this turns out to be simple, that we just have to find out or just make a frequency map and then iterate over the frequency map and take it out. But that's not the final answer, because what I got confused at is, let's say that I have now taken the element in this order, that in the start I have taken the elements which are maximum, like 3 and 2. Okay, and then I have taken out the next element which is the next maximum and so on. But if I take out in this another, which means that I take out an element which is not maximum, like 1 and 2. So if I have one element of frequency 1 and some element of like frequency 2, then what I can do here is, like, I can only make a one pair, because I can make out one element from this type, and because there are 2 elements of this type, I can, like, how much pair I can make of both of these types, one pair. So now one element of this type is left and 3 elements of this type is left. I hope you understand what I'm writing here. It means that there is one element of type, like there is one element who has 1 frequency left and there is one element who has 3 frequency left. Now I can only make one pair out of that, so 2 elements are left, which is not the minimum. The minimum I can get is 0, like there is no element, but there is 2 elements left if I choose out the smallest number, and thus this is the wrong way. I have to somehow choose always the maximum pair, which means that the maximum number which always occur, like the maximum frequency which always occur, I just have to take out 2 elements from that and just continue doing that. So if you somehow has a frequency in which at each step I find out or take out the element which is maximum at that point, take it out and move on. So I just got confused at that point, but as you can see, we can just directly use a priority queue. So priority queue always has the top element which is the maximum. So what you can do here is just pop out the first and the second element from the priority queue, because those 2 elements will be the maximum. Take and form that as a pair, which means that the number which has the maximum frequency and the second maximum frequency, take out that element, because if you take out the number which are at the maximum frequencies, then that number will not, like this number can obviously be satisfying the condition, that as you can see. And you can also take 2 or 3 examples. Like I have obviously done 2-3 examples, and I have got to the conclusion that I always have to choose out the 2 maximum numbers, but I just actually got confused at how to find out that. So it's actually using priority queue, obviously. So I just find out after the contest, but yeah, it's not too difficult to understand. You just have to choose out the first 2 maximum frequency element, take out one element from that, and then again push the new updated frequencies in the priority queue, such that you just find out the new 2 maximum frequency again, because the priority queue will obviously give the first 2 elements which are the maximum. So priority queue has the ordering such that the maximum element are on the top. So that's the whole logic. You just have to put, like, you just make a priority queue such that the top and the second element is first top, and the second top element is the maximum 2 elements, which are actually the frequency of the elements. You just make out the pair of that, which means that I have taken out 1 and 1 element from that. Then the remaining element is subtracted 1 and pushed that in the queue again. But let's assume that I have only 1 element left and I have used a pair out of that, so there is 0 element left, so don't have to push that again in the priority queue. So we have to also ensure that case also, which means that I should not push 0 in the priority queue, which means that there is no element left, because in the end we have to come to an end also. So that's the logic for this problem. I can show you the code part now. So I will be posting out the link of this problem in the solution. So as you can see, we can just first iterate over all the elements and just make a map. Map means that I have to first find out the frequency of every element. That's what I'm doing, and then iterate over the just make a priority queue, and again iterate over the map and the I dot second, because the map, in map the first position is the key value and the second is the key value pair. So the value, so value means that what is the frequency, because in the map we are storing out the value and its frequency. So I dot second is the frequency, so just push that all the frequency in the priority queue. Then iterate over the priority queue such that I just iterate over the priority queue such that there should be at least 2 elements, then only we can make a pair out of that. If there is only 1 element left, then how can I make a pair? So if there are 2 elements left, pop out the first and the second top element. So first element, pop out it out, second top element, pop it out. Then subtract both of them 1, which means that I have taken both of these frequencies and taken out 1 element from it, such that they have to be forming a pair. And then if A and B are again positive, you just push back again in the priority queue, and if they're not positive, like if they become 0, then just don't push them in the priority queue. You just keep on doing this, taking out the element. Now obviously it will be n log n, because in log n you have to like arrange the priority queue, and because in every step you're just subtracting out 2 elements, because you are making a pair, taking out a pair from the priority queue, and keep on continuing out taking out a pair at each step, such that decreasing out the size. And then in the end I have 2 options. Either all my elements are paired up and I have no elements left, so my priority queue obviously will become the size of 0. So if my priority queue size becomes 0, there is no element left, so the minimum size which I have got down to is 0. But let's assume that I have a priority queue which is like, I have an array which is all made of 2s, like there are 5 2s. So the priority queue will be having only 1 element, which is 5. So if there is only 1 element left, then obviously what's the answer? Obviously that's the answer, because you cannot make a pair of that, because all the numbers are same. So the last element, if there is some element left in the priority queue, that element is the frequency which I cannot pair it with anyone else, because all those numbers are same. So that's the answer, which is like the priority queue value. So priority queue only have 1 element, because if it has 2 elements, then I can obviously pair them up and this value will continue. But if there is no element left, which means that everything is paired up, so answer is 0, because the final length is 0. But if there is some elements left, then the answer is q.top, which means that the last element in the priority queue. So I will link down the code in the description. If you still have any doubts, you can mention them. I'll see you next one. Till then, keep coding and bye.